Pokemon ports are starting to look pretty likely, pretty credible. I don't even really want to be the person making these videos anymore because we're so close to Pokemon Day, and I've been asking for Pokemon ports for probably 5 years at this point, which is it's not even hilarious. It's actually kind of sad. But we've got some new rumors, specifically in my interpretation, specifically about Pokemon ports, which could give us, these posts today might give us a little bit of a glimpse at what we could be actually looking at for announcements on Pokemon Day on the 27th of this month. Really excited. Generation 10 is also, is also on the way, but to get some classic Pokemon ports would feel so good after so long. Let's get right into it, okay? And I actually don't even want to really nitpick. Okay, so basically, all right, this is coming from Hidden Power, the team at Hidden Power. A seemingly credible source has posted a riddle for Pokemon Day. What do you think this means? I'll read it in a second, and it says, could this be hinting at ports or some type of new Pokemon? I don't think this is going to have anything to do with the new Pokemon. This feels very specific to, it's easy to interpret this as a riddle towards Pokemon games, but I got a little bit of a breakdown after. Let me read this. So basically, it's saying that red and green are no longer part of the streaming service, and you'll have to pay to play them. And this whole theme is about like red, green. These are like songs by different people. And so it says their favorite song, Black by Pearl Jam, is only available on the latest iPhone. iPhone because it's music. I don't know. These riddles are so silly. If we're to interpret any sort of information from this, I'm just loving the idea that red and green, whatever this might be or mean, we don't know what this would actually be, but red and green would be available for purchase, i.e., I don't have a physical copy, a physical game for Switch or Switch 2. And that's pretty cool. On the 20th year anniversary, for those who don't know, the 20th year anniversary for Pokemon, what was it, Red and Blue, they actually had a physical release in certain locations. I'm trying to remember now if it was only in Japan or if it ever came to the States. I never got a hold of it, but they were selling physical copies of Red and Blue, and then later Gold and Silver. And I would love to see something like this, like a physical Switch copy of not only Pokemon Red and Blue, or I'm sorry, Red and Green, right, which are the first Japanese Pokemon games, but what they could do is give us, actually we have one more rumor which is going to tie this all together, but basically what I'm thinking is that we get a bundle, basically a port bundle, a physical game that doesn't just have red version and green version, because I gotta be honest, these games do not hold up in 2026. Like, yes, you can play them and they're fun, but I mean they're not going to be very popular. They're just not going to be that popular on in 2026 to new fans. Like, yes, they're nostalgic, but that's it. Like, at this point, there's so many other ways to experience Kanto, and I don't really know if these, I mean, Fire Red and Leaf Green is the way to go. But basically, what I'm hoping for, I'll tell you this, what I'm hoping for, we got, basically what they could do is bundle the first 3 generation games along the lines of red and along the lines of the other version, green or blue. So you've basically got, in one version, you have red, you have Ho-Oh, gold version, which would be a fire type, so that's 2 fire types, and then you have Ruby version, which is red, ground type. And then you've got all the water and the psychic types all together. Blastoise, blue version, silver version, and Sapphire. You could have all those 3 together. What you could also do, what could also potentially happen, is that Fire Red and Leaf Green are the mascots for this. And I wouldn't be too upset by this either. I mean, I think I might actually almost like it better if they just give us Fire Red and Ruby packaged together, and then they give us Leaf Green, that's the green, and Sapphire together. That would be great. It's just a Generation 3 bundle, the Game Boy Advance games. That would be so clean. I would love that. And this riddle is also saying that black, whatever that means, is only going to be available on the latest iPhone. The way I'm interpreting this is it's not going to be like Generation 4 games, essentially. I'm looking at red and green as Game Boy. I'm looking at black as DS, right? So Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. And then you got black version, which would be Generation 5 is what I'm thinking, which would be Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White. All those games, all those DS games are essentially not going to be included. What this riddle is saying is that those games are not going to be included in a physical release. And if we get them in the future, and I don't even know if they know that, right? This person might not even know that. I would imagine this person, all they really know is that they've seen a trailer for Pokemon Day, and they're, basically, what they're basically trying to communicate is these things are going to be in, these things won't be in. And so I don't think we know anything about the DS games. I am hoping that we eventually will get those on NSO, maybe like a DS. I could imagine like a DS NSO app for Switch 2. That would be kind of sick, even if Pokemon was there. But anyways, a physical copy of some classic Pokemon games would be so sick. The second follow-up of this, the person who posted this right here, they are. It's the brother from the Fallout series. They posted. Okay, so Flop is asking Ball Guy, since we're a month away from reveal, could you drop a new hint? And the brother from Fallout says, just 3. We love an emoji hint, right? Those are so much fun to post. Anytime I post emoji hints, they're just kind of fun for riddles. They posted a red square, a green square, and a black square. And if you look at those, they're squares. They're not circles. He could have very easily put the circle emoji, but they did the square because to me that kind of feels like that's a nice way to kind of communicate, or kind of communicate that it's like a box, right? And again, I think it's very easily you get red and green. I do want to take a look at the actual box arts of some of these classic games. To be honest with you, let's scroll a little bit. The only other green we're really seeing with video games is the Sword and Shield, Crown Tundra, or I guess it's the Isle of Armor, the green that's right there. That's not an actual game, so that wouldn't count. There really is no other green. It's just red. Red and green really just means one thing. I mean, I guess. Honestly, now I'm kind of thinking Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. You do have the Ruby and the Emerald, which is red and green, but the real connection, all it really is Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm starting to think, yeah, it has to mean Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm thinking Generation 3 games are coming to we're going to get a physical release of these Generation 3 games. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced. The only other crazy wild card thought I want to just get out before I go make dinner is I don't think I've ever ruled out the possibility of another BDSP style game. And I think the only real, and I want to make a video about this because I think there are some benefits to getting a faithful remake, and the fact and what that is essentially it's an HD, it's a glorified remake, or it's a glorified port. It's a, what am I trying to say? It's just a beefed up, polished port. It's like the same game, but it's just, it's a remake. It's 3D. And the only games that would really make sense to get a BDSP style remake is Gens 1, 2, 3, and we got 4. Maybe 5. I could see maybe 5. But wouldn't it make sense with all these other things that are going on? Legend ZA gets delayed. The Mega Dimension DLC is pushed out right after that. We're going straight into Generation 10. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if they go, guess what? In 2 months, you can go buy this glorified, remake. It's not a remake. It would just be I guess it would be a remake, but it would be a faithful remake. Just this quick little, here you go. Go play Fire Red and Leaf Green, but it's like chibi in 3D, and it connects to home. And then they make, $60-$70. I mean, it's a lot of money, but you know what I'm saying? I guess I wouldn't put that past them either. The tricky thing here is if you want to overthink it, and I might be overthinking all of this and seeing what I want to see, but this little black square, I mean, it's like rage bait, you know? I'm really trying to interpret the black square differently. Like, I'm really trying to interpret the black square. Oh, you know what the black square could be? Okay, here's an idea. If you made it this far into the video, here's what this could be. We get a faithful remake of Fire Red and Leaf Green, and it's a chibi style, and then they also give us the black game, which is platinum. This makes no sense. This makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense because the base riddle is that black is only going to be available on streaming services, which honestly I'll take that. That's fine. It's fine. I would love to get a physical copy. I would love to get a physical copy of Fire Red and Leaf Green. I still think a bundle pack could happen. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say is Pokemon Ports Collection game. I keep, the most beautiful. Oh, is this gonna show up? Not sports. Ports. The game, the art here, right here. We've used it a million times. This right here. This right here. This is a very popular image that's floating around the internet, and it has a black background, and it's a Pokemon Classic collection. And I don't know, but that kind of feels like that'd be kind of cool if this is the black thing that we get, you know? It's like we're going to and what that would mean is that Pokemon Red and Blue get ported, they're physical, maybe Fire Red and Leaf Green, but every other game, Classic Collection in a Pokemon application on NSO. You tell me what you think. Subscribe if you're new. I just put out a new video on the main channel about a hypothetical. I'm talking about like an MMO style game for open world, a new Japanese Kanto type of Pokemon game. That's on the main channel. It's with Lore Keeper Toby. Go check that out. I'll see you guys soon. Love you.